So today I'm going to run through what case study is, because you are going to do the case study this week, and also the next, after 2 weeks, we'll have in class the case study. So before you actually do the case study itself, I want to explain about what case study is all about. And maybe if you have future case studies, in your subject, and also case studies are being used for research as well. Okay, so please stop me anytime if you have any questions. So I would like you to be able to conduct case study analysis. That means in this 2 days of case study, and you have another case study. Actually, there's total of 2 case studies that I've actually assigned to you. So you want to do case, you can do case studies. And also in doing case studies, it is important that you be able to ask relevant questions. There are so many information in any case study, and in any case study there will be a lot of information. So we need to actually, I want to develop with you how to ask relevant questions. And another important thing is to search for facts. You understand? Search for facts. What do you mean? What do you mean by search for facts, Sarah? What do you think?
Find out the information based on the true stories.
Yeah, betul stories. You find information, you find data. Okay, and not only that, you have to report the case study findings. So it's a process. Okay, it's a process. So I'm going to explain to you today what is case study and why case study is important. In learning, sometimes we can use case study to actually understand a concept or how it is actually in the real world, because I cannot bring the real world in the classroom. So a case study is good to have, your analytical skills in business and management. Okay. And I will go through the key steps so that you are not going to be, I ask you to read, but maybe you start reading and you lost your way. You don't know where to go. Okay. So you want to actually read. Sometimes some case studies require 2 or 3 times reading. It's not one time reading is not enough, because you are not working in the company. So you're not familiar with the product. So you need to read a few times and need to refer. And you document the facts. Okay, document facts mean you are going to write down. Okay, write down and note what things that you are actually going to so-called record. Okay, which are relevant. And then after that, okay, that's why in class I will ask you to do the reading a little bit, and then do the presentation after this, and then we will discuss, and we can debate. Actually, debate means we can actually argue. Okay, we can argue, and then we can do analysis, and finally, you are going to conduct discussion and structure the recommendation. Finally, recommendation. Important is recommendation. Okay, let me see. I have this to my, where is my pen? No pen. Okay, so recommendation is the most important. It is not giving right wrong answer. No, because case is according to our understanding. Right, any questions so far? And report writing, basically. Right, I want you to actually, when we finish this discussion and so you need to write a small report. Okay. There's a lot of places that we can find resources on case study. But this is case study teaching. I'm teaching, but you're learning. So I need to teach before you can learn. Okay. And if you look at some websites, you will see some interesting things that's been discussed about what case study is. I'm going to summarize it. So case study teaching and learning involve the use of real world situations. for you to learn as a basis for learning. Okay, you are learning. I'm just coaching. It's coaching, and in Harvard Business School, they use a lot of case studies. So in class, no teaching, just case studies. Present case studies, discuss case studies. That's all. And the professor is the coach. Okay, we coach you how to actually do the discussion. So what is a case study? Well, it is a description of a situation, problems, a wide range of problems, and it is for us to analyze. Okay, it's a very small, maybe a small section of the problem. For example, we look at quality problems. Okay, so we want to look at how the company actually solve the problem, or the company, you're not given the solution, you're just given some events based on real life events or construction of events. We can write case studies. I can write a case study of, for example, entity, financial situation, and we leave it open-ended. Open-ended means, it's a situation. Then you ask questions. What is your assessment of the company? What do you think about the company? Is the company doing very well? Is the company doing no good? How should they move forward? So it's like a consultant. Okay, so maybe Miho-san, Miho used to do this already. She is very familiar with consultancy. Okay, so can be complex or simple. But the learner, all of you, you have to play a role. That means when you read the case study, you must say, oh, okay, I am the general manager. I am going to solve this company's situation, problems. Okay, so you play a role as the real characters in the actual situation. So common case elements, you are trying to make a decision. A decision maker, for example, who is struggling with some question or problem that needs to be solved. That is common. In all cases, there will always be a problem. But the problem is not, they don't say it. You have to find out. We have to dig the question, the problem. Okay. It only will, give a story of the problem context of is making in this company, selling to this company, and they are facing some many employees resigning. So these are the story, the story of, and also issues faced by the company or that case. But at the same time, there will always be supporting data. It can be from data tables, from quoted statements. So we must read it. Of course, I understand the difficulty for all of you to understand the language, which is English. But don't worry, when we discuss, please ask any questions. Or someone can answer it, we can share it. Everyone should, it's a team effort. It's not just one person. So quoted statement, okay? Statement, that means some saying, Mr. Chan said something. So that is, sometimes it's a fact. We have to pick up. We have to understand. Okay? Or supporting documents, image, and so on. Okay? So that is common. Describe the situation, and then with some image, we'll look into forefront. Okay, if you notice in forefront, any one of you have read for forefront? Have you read the case study forefront? This forefront. Have you read it? Right. So there is data, right? Supporting data. So this is what we mean by the The case will always have this. Okay, I think benefit of case study, you don't have to, it is actually very useful for you when you you are also working people, Akiko, you're working, so you know the real world also. You're not theoretical person, theory only. Okay, increase your proficiency with written and oral communication. Oral communication, when we have some, what do you call, oral, when I ask you question, when you discuss, okay, and you work as a team, and it will develop your problem solving skills and decision making skills. You can synthesize. Synthesize means you group together and you evaluate, and things we have studied in lectures and texts, okay? And you can make critical decision using those factual knowledge to evaluate the situations. Okay, there's a lot of benefits of case study. There's no doubt about it. And particularly, especially, develop skills in problem solving, analytical tools. Sometimes you need to do, okay, this I have to warn you, you need to do a little bit of mathematics as well. Calculation. So sometimes we need to, do a calculation, because we are business people. If business people cannot do calculation, we cannot be in business. Okay, especially, earnings, benefits, number of hours, then only we can, what do you call, use that as our analysis. Okay, analysis may require some quantitative, and you are going to, how to develop, you are going to develop decision making skills in complex situations. And if you read the case study, you will get very headache, right? Agiko, Miho, you read the case study. That's what we call as complex situations. The real world is complex. The real world is not simple. Okay. I've worked in a car company, automotive companies, Proton, making cars. So during that time, you have to deal with worker issues, worker problem. You have to deal with parts problem, quality problems. You have to deal with scheduling, schedule, target not achieved, what to do when target not achieved. So it's a complex situation. No, nothing is simple in this, in the industry. And you cope means you how to handle ambiguities. Ambiguities means things which are blur, not clear. So we need to, that's why we need to discuss and get ideas. Get ideas, okay? Because there's a lot of things which are vague. And the case study doesn't tell all the story. If you want to write the story, it will take you maybe 2 volumes. So it's very, very, very precise, very concise, very, not very elaboration. So in solving case study, this we must always, you always ask yourself, when you read the case study, you ask, what is the issue? What is the issue? What is the storyline? What is the storyline? Okay, what is the issue? Is it quality issue? Is it labor issue? Is it management system? So many issues, right? So we can actually try to condense that. And what is the goal of the analysis? What do you want to achieve? So the case study said, okay, I want to give some recommendation for improvement. Okay, that's my goal. My goal is, after analysis, I'll have a few recommendations for improvement. How company can move forward for improvement purpose. Okay, what is the context of the problem? Context mean that situation, because this is historical. Historical means things which are already past. For example, tsunami, 2010 kah, 2011 kah. So, hit earthquake, tsunami. One thing happened which many car companies have to stop production because the critical parts made near tsunami area, Honda, Toyota, stop, no more parts. So that is context. Context is the situation is the factory is in a very disaster prone area. Okay, so we have to look at it. Context is they are supplying to, they are making projects for making, for example, this forefront making door for projects. You will see this context, and what key facts should be considered. Not everything can be considered because some of the things are just it's just a fact but doesn't affect our decision. It's just information which are just for us to know, just for know, but it may not be used for our decision. And you must create alternative. What are the alternative available? Can we brainstorm the alternative? And finally, recommend. Don't only recommend, you need to, why you recommend. There must be justification. We call it justification. Wakarukah? Justification. Itu type na. After you forget. After Watashimo forget na. Itu na. Justification. Kita kutuk aru? Nai. Kita kutuk arimaska. Nai. But it is meaning why. Why? Why mean why you chose so that vendor A, not vendor B? Why A? Because when you calculate the cost, it's cheaper. That is justification. Okay. Why we say we should train more people? We need to train more people. We need to give more salary. Low salary. Low salary, people run away. So, but it costs us. Okay, how much it costs us? Right. So these are all justification. Nihongo wa nan desu ka? Nihongo wa justification. Reason, reasons.
根拠ですかね。
根拠?
根拠。
根拠. Okay, 根拠. So you must have justification, reasons to support your recommendation. Okay, so this is what we are going to go through. So roughly that is what case study is about, and these are other things that same thing. So the most important thing when we read case study is to ask open-ended question, especially, but I'm not going to make it mandatory, but start with easy questions and keep the controversial issues later, because some things are controversial. Okay, you may you don't know. Okay, so you can look for fact, look for contradiction, conduct analysis, and you need to clarify facts. I will show you how. Okay, I will show you a method in which you can actually start off the case study. Any questions until now? Anything that you want that is not clear? Okay, now your forefront. This is your forefront. Okay, forefront manufacturing case study. Okay. I just want you to come up with a few questions. When you read the for example, business model, when you start reading, you have your case study with you? Do you have, can you refer to your case study? Can you have a glance? Okay. If I ask one of you, any one of you, to actually construct a question, construct one question that you want, you know, for example, I'm reading it now and you want to ask me a question. Can you construct one question which is actually related to the business model? Start with the business model, okay, the company, because context, okay, I want to understand the context. Okay, you understand my question? My question is for you to ask me one question regarding business model, and I'll give you time for you to think about it. Okay, if you are ready, then you know you can just raise your hands and Akiko, I want to ask you one question. Okay, if you are ready, oh Miho, okay, anyone who is ready, just design one question. I'm asking you to, you know, the facts are there. Those are facts. These are already facts. You know, these are already facts. So who wants to start? Because after this, I am going to actually break you into two groups, into the what they call rooms, and for you to have a nice time to discuss with whoever you want to choose as your partner. Okay, I'm very open. But before I break you into your group, I want just one question from each of you, regarding business model. You know, imagine you are now trying to understand the case. Okay, anyone who wants to start the ball rolling? Anyone? Sarah, you have one question to me?
To you? Okay.
To all of us, okay. Because
As all of us, okay.
Yeah, okay, right.
As I read through it, they are facing two problems in terms of the managing their manufacturing factories. And what is the two problems? What is the two main problems?
Okay. What are the two main problems?
Yeah.
What are the two main problems? Okay, that is a valid what do you call question. Okay. Any other one? Anyone else? Miho, if you have anything on the company's business model, the business model. What does the company make?
Wooden door frames.
Door sets.
And the door frames.
Door sets. Okay, door sets. Okay. Any other questions? Akiko, one question from you. Okay, I ask, if you don't ask question, I will ask you one question. Okay, who is what they call Mr. Lee?
Mr. Lee?
Yeah, who is Mr. Lee?
Can we answer the questions right now or after the group session?
You can answer now because I'm trying to actually, make you think as well.
I think Mr. Lee is operation manager.
Yeah, okay. So in this case study, are you going to become Mr. Lee, Sarah?
Sorry, one more time.
Akiko, Sarah, in this, when you analyze this case study, are you going to assume the role of Mr. Lee?
No.
No, why not? Because I told you just now that
Yeah.
I told you just now that you need to actually where was
You
it just now?
mentioned that the
Somewhere.
role
Yeah, the role of the case study
role
should
as
be
the real characters, right?
exactly. So now, so you must start thinking like you are Mr. Lee. Then only you can go into the case study. If not, you'll be like outside. I'm not I'm not concerned. So it's very important from the beginning when you look at case studies, you must look at the roles. Who is Mr. Chan? Mr. Andrew Chan. So on page 3, I'll give you the answer because you will find it. On page 3, Hong Kong investor Andrew Chan purchased 55%. Third paragraph from the top. Third paragraph. Mr. Hong Kong investor Andrew Chan purchased 55% of Forefront equity at that time, which was 2001. Because you have to read the previous paragraph, which is actually when the property market cooled off in 2001, orders for door sets decreased and margins thin, margin become very small. But Andrew Chan bought 55% of the equity. Why is it important? Because if you go down further, you see that the separation of financial statements confirm what long have been suspected. What is Mr. Chan's target? Okay, so that's why you need to know who Mr. Chan is, and then Mr. Chan has some target for pre-tax earnings. So this is, these are the things that must be clearly identified before we actually go on. Okay. So I have, what is the time now? It's 5:30. Okay, it's good timing for me to actually, if not, I'll be giving you all the answers. I don't want to give you the answers. I will share you the questions. These are some of the questions that I have thought about. Okay, these are some, and there are many other questions that you need to develop, that you need to ask. Okay. I've referred to, which is this is not for today. This is probably later on. If you start going into more detail, you can use this format to do the analysis. This is a table. It's a table. So the first column is actually facts and issues. Whatever fact you found, you put it down and related to a certain topic. And then the analysis, then recommendation. Not now, recommendation, because you don't know. This is later on, okay? I have helped you to actually come up with these tables and these questions for you to be able to do a good case study, okay? I'm giving you a little bit of a hand so that because I think you'll be struggling trying to understand the case, reading it, but at the same time, you will be. I'll give you time. I want you to discuss this for today. For today, I want you to discuss until 6:20. Sorry, not 6:20. 40 minutes. 40 minutes. 40 minutes. And then after that, discuss means 2% and 2%. Okay. So you can discuss in Nihongo. You can, but there's only 4 of you. So I'm going to group into 2 and 2. Is it okay? Huh? Sarah, okay? 2 and 2.
I want to be the group with Xu Shijie.
Shu Sheje and
Yeah.
with, okay, no problem. And
Thank you.
Akiko with Miho, Akiko with Miho, Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to break you to your groups. I'm going to share the slides with you as well. Okay. I'm going to share the slides to you. And let me break you into group first. I hope you understand. I hope you let me just okay, I'll share the slide first. Okay. So it is Sarah.
Mine is that's not mine. Actually, you can SARAHHYEON H and one more H. Oh, okay.
HYEO.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Thank
And
you.
then Akikoka. And then Mihoka. Surusaki. Sorekara Zuka. Zu. Ji. Shu. Hi.
Yes.
So I'm sharing with you the the slides. You can use them, and you can actually you want to develop yours. It's also okay. So now my job is actually to break you. Any question before I start? Are you clear with the instructions? Miho-san, daijoubu desu ka? Ii desu ka?
We should answer the question.
Yeah, you should answer those questions, or if you don't want to answer the question, as long as you know the answer, and I think the most important is like what is the problem of the company. But you have not only today, you have another day. Okay, you take your time, because I know last semester my students, I didn't guide them, but this semester you are very lucky, because I've started to realize that you need to be guided. You need to be guided, and I'm giving you 2 lectures for this. Okay, let me break you into group first, and
Okay.
and I will send you to your groups. Breakout rooms. Okay. Anything I will assign to rooms. Okay. Manually. Okay. I'm creating the group now. So Akiko and Mihoko will be in the first group, and then Sarah and Shu in the second group. So I'm opening the group now. I will pop in the group. I will join the group whenever I feel like joining. Okay. So you can, 40 minutes, I will break up the room. You need to join the group, join the room, then only you can actually, your recommendation can be different. Okay.
Actually, I want to mention that Shu and I do this task together.
It's okay. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And number one,
Okay.
let me answer the question.
Uh-huh.
Number one question was what is the main product produced? And we found that we think that the answer is wooden door sets.
Yeah, it's door sets. Yeah, wooden door sets.
And the second question is maybe where is the product manufactured?
Okay.
And Xuan, I think that there are 3 factories. One is located on the Hong Kong, and others are located in Shenzhen.
Do you agree, Akiko? There is one factory in Hong Kong?
Oh, maybe it's we mean it's the company in Hong Kong. Factory is all in Shenzhen.
So there
factory,
is
yeah. Sorry.
because you must differentiate between forefront contracting and forefront manufacturing. It's two different companies.
Yeah.
Okay, factory is Shenzhen. The business is in. Don't. It's okay. You can you can check that. You can check that because that's very important to establish the correct facts. Correct facts. Okay, continue, Sarah.
Okay. And the third question was, how is the company organized structure?
How is the structure?
And you can see the page 2 in the last paragraph. We think that for Forefront Holdings and its subsidiaries were established in 1992 by 2 entrepreneurs who had
okay. Can you draw the structure? Can you see the structure? For example, holdings, and then what's the subsidiaries? One is manufacturing, so that you can see the relationship where how the business actually interact. You can draw the organizational structure, right?
Oh, I think I can't.
No, it's in the business school. You must know the organizational structure. This is very common. Anyway, it's okay. You have that information. Okay. Next.
Okay, and the next question was, who are their customers?
Okay, who are the customers?
And we think the customers is residential properties such as apartment and condominium blocks, and in commercial properties such as hotels, resorts, and office buildings.
Do you agree, Sarah? Who are their customers? Do you know how the business who makes the door?
Who?
Which company makes the door? Which company makes
Forefront.
the door? Forefront Manufacturing.
Yeah.
Okay. Where does Forefront Manufacturing got their contract from?
Hong Kong.
From Forefront Contracting in Hong Kong.
In Hong Kong, yes.
Yeah. So their customers is, of course, Forefront Contracting. Because they just make the doors. They don't, Forefront Contracting will install the doors in the projects, in the apartments, in the, and so on. So it is, they are only making, but the doors are being assembled, not assembled, but installed in hotels or whatever, properties. So that must be clear. This is very important to differentiate who actually does what. Right. Next question.
Okay, next question was, how is the business ordering progress? And we think that the last paragraph of the page 1 to and this first paragraph of page 2 can be the answer.
Yeah. So explain to me. That is only that is the paragraph, but you need to explain that. That's not right. You must be able to explain what it means. Okay.
Okay.
which I explained just now actually. That's what I explained just now. The contracting division tendered bids to provide interiors for new construction project in Hong Kong and Macau. Okay, that means in Hong Kong and Macau, this forefront contracting will get the business. Okay, and so on about 10% of each bid was for the manufacture installation of door sets. Because the other is other interior parts. Okay, only 10% of the business is actually related to door sets. And the rest is they decide on the materials and so on. Okay. And also that the next paragraph also explain their business process also. Okay. Okay. So what was question number 7?
The questions number 7 was, does forefront contracting buys doors only from forefront manufacturing? And we think the answer is no.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because they also buy from their competitors, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You know, if it's not good, right? Your own company, why you buy from your competitor? So it's a losing business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it not losing business? Why must you buy from a competitor? You know, your own subsidiary is making the okay. That's something that you have to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Question. The next question.
And the next question is,
Or I will allow maybe Sarah or not Sarah, Miho, the other group to answer the rest of the
yeah,
questions.
of course.
It's unfair for you. Okay. So, Akiko, question
Yes.
number 7 and 8 and 9.
Mm,
Or there
seven,
is
7 to 9.
the rest of the question. Is it 7 or is it
No, number 6.
Number 6, okay. Number 6.
How much is turnover?
How much is turnover?
We
You know where
we-
you know how to find it, right?
uh-huh.
You know how to find.
We-
Okay.
We think 3 or 4 months.
No, not manufacturing turnover.
Turnover.
Turnover in terms of financial. Manufacturing turnover of renminbi 97 million in financial year ended March 2005, up from 80 million in the previous year. I should put there manufacturing turnover actually. I mean that's not a exact question. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You can. That is actually intended for the manufacturing turnover. Okay. The amount. Okay.
Amount.
It's on page 2, on the third paragraph. Sorry, the second paragraph. Manufacturing recorded a turnover of RMB 97 million in the financial year ended March 2005, up from 80 million the previous year. That means in 2004, it was 80 million. In 2005, it rise until 97 million. Okay. Okay, then I ask, then you answer number 9. How many different types of door sets for typical project?
20 types.
20 types. Can you, okay. Okay, you're right. 20 different types. Okay, you're right. Reserve for each lobby. Okay, right. What about number 10?
Does manufacturing change their setup for each new? Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Mhm.
Anyone managed to answer to look at the history of the company? Miho, did you able to look at the company's? How long was the company established?
30 years ago,
Okay. Okay.
established in 1992.
92.
So
Okay. So you have this. Okay. So that's the whole idea. The whole idea. These are questions which I have invented for you. I purposely, invented for you. Now your job is to find, to find questions and and answers. What, for example, if I ask, like for example, what is the problem in engineering department? So that question is not here. You have to develop the question. What is the problem in cutting department? What is the problem in carpentry department? What is the problem? So this become, you compile all this and it's become, and you go to the next one, you can put into the issues and you combine the analysis and you get the recommendations. So basically, if you read the case study, can you see my case study? Huh? Right?
yes,
And it's good, Sarah, you scribble on the case study. Yeah, you can actually scribble on the case study. If you notice, towards the end of the case study, there's this question, challenge. So there is new factory. You haven't read about new factory yet. Management systems, workforce turnover. So these are this problem. So Andrew Chan, so read this. This is the key that I want you to figure out. This is what we call, you need to draft the recommendation on these focus areas. So Mr. Andrew Chan challenged Lee to present recommendation for improving company's operations. And Lee have set 4 objectives. 4 objectives. And it is in order of importance, so that you will focus to help him focus. That means number 1 is more important than number 2. Number 2 is more important than number 3, and so on. Okay, so it's the most important first. Number 1 is how to improve manufacturing profitability. Okay, how to improve manufacturing profitability. So they have to cut costs. Where can they cut costs, for example? Okay. Number 2, establish 2 management systems. One that would drive operations automatically instead of depending on constant supervision. That means always somebody needs to look whether they do job, they do. It's very difficult, right? And the other one, the first one is more automation. Second is one that will continue to work even if Lee or other key managers left. I mean, if you have to have good system in place. So this is management system. Okay. And be responsible to local society. Having signed a 13-year rental contract to the university, manufacturing was compelled to be good student to pay fair wages. So you will see later in the not thesis, in the case, there are issues about wages. So you need to find out. And number 4, become a leading wood door manufacturer in China. So Lee believed this goal will follow automatically if the first 3 priorities were set. Basically, how to improve operations. How to improve operations. So this is the challenge. And I'm not looking for, a perfect answer. I'm looking at how you actually thinking. Okay, the thinking is more important than the answer. So don't ask me what is the answer because I don't have the answer. Miho-san, yeah, I don't have the answer. The answer is your answer. You can give me recommendation. We have another class for this. So the next, not next week, but another week. So at that time, hopefully, you know, you can do, we can do some discussion and I can give, you know, some to join with you and you present what you have found, okay? And you have from now until 2 weeks to do this case study. Continue, please continue to do with your, you know, your member until you get the, you know, you need to write up after. I need two reports only. One from the first group, second from the second group. Only 2 reports. No need 4 reports. Just 2 reports. So you combine and you, for Akiko and Miho, 1 report combined. Sarah and Shu, 1 report combined. No need Shu 1, Sarah 1, Akiko 1, Miho no need. Only 1 combined report. Okay, so you need to work as a team. Okay, なんか質問がありますか?
I
Yes.
thought the all Meiji and we need to submit the case study 1 for front manufacturing.
Okay, you can submit the same thing. You know, you submit the same thing. It's okay. Yeah, you know, but it's just the same thing. Just submit both. You know, Akiko can submit 1, but it's the same report. You just put it in Omeji Dajobu. No need, not different report. Same report. You submit in Omeji Dajobu. Wakaru ka, Sarah?
No.
Akiko,
Sorry.
wakarimasu ka?
Maybe I understand.
Oh, can you explain? Sorry.
Okay, what do you understand?
There are 2 groups. There are 2 reports.
Yes.
So we have to upload
Yes.
our group
Your-
report
yes.
to
Ah,
Meiji
Yes.
system.
okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Until 23rd